You remember the song, maybe even the video, but the artist? Long gone. New wave was that magical mix of punk attitude, glossy synths, and pure 80s weirdness. It gave us style, hooks, and unforgettable one-hit wonders that still echo today. If you're into music history, nostalgia, and discovering what slipped through the cracks, consider subscribing. Let's dive into 10 new wave tracks that hit once and never let go. Number 10, The Vapors, Turning Japanese, 1980.
I got your picture of me and you.
There's a riff you can't forget. Nervous, twitchy, unforgettable. You've heard it, you've maybe even joked about it, but who made it? Most people don't know. Turning Japanese wasn't just a new wave hit, it was a cultural question mark. Released in 1980 by The Vapors, it hit hard in the United Kingdom and crossed over to the United States, landing somewhere between synth-pop and lyrical mystery. It sounded like punk on caffeine, a twangy loop, staccato vocals. But the lyrics? No one agreed. Was it about heartbreak, alienation, something inappropriate?
I'd like $1 million of them around myself. I want the doctor to take a picture.
Some stations banned it, others played it non-stop. Everyone remembered it. The Vapors released a follow-up album, a few minor singles, then disappeared. No farewell, no comeback, just one unforgettable hit. Still, Turning Japanese stuck around. In teen movies, in playlists, in pop culture's weird corners. One song, one moment, and for The Vapors, that was enough. A one-hit wonder, hiding in plain sight. Number 9, A Flock of Seagulls, Iran, So Far Away, 1982. Let's be honest. Everyone remembers the haircut. Tall, sculpted, otherworldly. It became a meme before memes existed. But Beneath the Style was a song that defined the early days of MTV. Iran felt like a transmission from another planet. Shimmering guitars, echo-drenched vocals, and a melody that chased itself in circles. It was cold, dramatic, and strangely beautiful. A perfect match for a time when music was starting to look as bold as it sounded. The band had a few other charting singles, but none came close to the impact of Iran. It blasted across the United States, stuck in rotation on MTV, and became a new wave calling card. The Flock of Seagulls didn't just write a hit, they created a sound and an image that still scream 1982, and somehow that one song still feels like it's running just out of reach. Number 8, Modern English, I Melt With You, 1982.
Making love to you was never second best.
It wasn't flashy, no big guitar solo, no synth explosion, just a steady pulse and a simple lyric that somehow felt like everything. I Melt With You wasn't meant to be a hit. It barely made a dent on the charts at first. But then came the teen movies, the late-night radio spins, the mixtapes passed between high school lockers. It was romantic without being sappy, melancholic without being sad. It captured that feeling of falling in love in slow motion, like time could stop just for a song.
I'll stop the world and dance with you.
Modern English tried to follow it up. They even re-recorded it. But lightning only struck once. And honestly, once was enough. I Melt With You still feels timeless, like a moment suspended in amber. A one-hit wonder that didn't need volume to leave its mark. Just a melody, a mood, and a line we'll never forget.
Stop the world and dance with you.
Number 7, Nenna, 99, Luft Balons, 1983. An anti-war protest wrapped in glossy synth-pop? Yes, and somehow it worked. 99 Luftballons began as a German language track with a message. Innocent balloons mistaken for a threat, sparking global destruction. But wrapped in bright melodies and a bouncing beat, it became something much more. It wasn't just catchy, it was urgent, even if most listeners didn't know what the lyrics meant. The song crossed borders fast, climbing charts across Europe and the United States. An English version followed, but it never quite captured the sharpness of the original. For a moment, Nenna was everywhere. MTV, radio, magazines. But then, just as quickly, the balloon drifted off. In Germany, she stayed a star. But in the rest of the world, it was one unforgettable hit and then silence. Still, decades later, 99 Luft Balons floats on, a pop anthem with a political heartbeat. A rare moment when protest and pop met on the dance floor. Number 6. Animotion Obsession, 1984. It was dramatic. It was theatrical. It was a little creepy. And completely unforgettable. Obsession felt like a duet between two people trapped in the same fever dream. Slick synths, pounding drums, and lyrics that blurred the line between passion and possession. It was new wave with a dark edge. A song you danced to, even while wondering if you should. MTV put it in heavy rotation, and its pulsing beat made it a club staple around the world. Animotion had the look, the sound, the timing, but they never caught that same lightning again. Follow-up singles fizzled, lineups changed. By the late 80s, the band was a memory. And yet, Obsession lives on. In movie soundtracks, TV intros, retro playlists. It's intense, it's strange, it's addictive. A one-hit wonder that didn't just chart, it lingered. A song forever circling your head like a loop you can't escape. Number 5. M. Pop Music, 1979-1980 crossover. Okay, technically it dropped in the late 70s, but make no mistake, pop music predicted the future. Before New Wave exploded, this track had already arrived, with its tongue-in-cheek and its synths turned up. It was self-aware, robotic, playful, a song that made fun of pop while being irresistibly pop itself. Robin Scott, under the name M, turned a 3-minute track into a statement. No guitars, no ballads, just drum machines, weird vocal filters, and a beat that made disco sound minimalist. It didn't just push boundaries, it erased them. And then, nothing. No follow-up hit, no reinvention, just a perfect little time capsule left behind, one that still sounds oddly modern. Pop music was meta before meta had a name. A wink at the system, wrapped in rhythm, and even now, it feels like the opening act to the entire New Wave movement. Number 4. Baltimore, Tarzan Boy, 1985. It starts with a jungle call. Then comes the synth riff. Bouncy, infectious, impossible to ignore. Tarzan Boy wasn't subtle, and it didn't try to be. It was pure 80s flash, neon production, exotic flair, and a chorus that stuck in your brain like gum on a shoe. Technically, Baltimore wasn't even a real band. It was a studio project fronted by an Italian model lip-syncing to someone else's vocals. But no one cared. The song exploded across dance floors, music videos, and movie soundtracks. It was weird, it was catchy, it was everywhere. And then, silence. There was no second hit, no world tour, no legacy act, but just one gloriously strange single that refused to fade. Tarzan Boy lives on as a cult classic, the kind of song you laugh at until you realize you're dancing to it. A one-hit wonder that swung in, made its mark, and vanished into the trees. Number 3, Kaja Golgu, Too Shy, 1983.
Hey girl, move a little closer.
Too Shy Shy, Hush Hush, Eye to Eye. If you grew up in the 80s, you didn't just hear it, you absorbed it. Too Shy was the perfect storm. Glossy synths, breathy vocals, and a chorus that practically winked at you. Frontman Limal, with his feathered hair and glam swagger, became an instant teen idol. And for a moment, Kaja Gugu looked unstoppable.
Shy, shy, hush, hush.
Passed fast. Creative clashes led to Limal's exit before their next album. Follow-ups fizzled, the spotlight shifted. By the mid-80s, Kajagoogoo was reduced to trivia night answers and retro playlists. Still, Too Shy hasn't aged a day. It's pure new wave, stylish, synthy, and just mysterious enough to stick. A song built for nightclubs, music videos, and teenage bedroom radios. They didn't get a second shot, but with one track, Kajagoogoo carved out a shiny, unforgettable corner of the 80s. Number 2, Men Without Hats, The Safety Dance, 1982. It's not just a song, it's a movement. Literally, The Safety Dance marched into the 80s with synths blazing, arms flailing, and one of the weirdest, most wonderful videos ever made. Dwarves, maypoles, medieval cosplay, and somehow it all worked. Beneath the absurd visuals was a protest anthem, not political, personal. Singer Ivan Dorhuschuk wrote it after being kicked out of a club for dancing too wildly. The song became a synth pop middle finger to Control. You can dance if you want to, and millions did. It shot up the charts in the United States, made Men Without Hats global stars, and then just as quickly, they faded. A few minor hits followed in Canada, but nothing ever matched that one glorious, bizarre flash. Still, the Safety Dance never really left. It's too weird to forget, too bold to ignore, and too fun not to join in. Number 1, Thomas Dolby, She Blinded Me with Science, 1982. It starts with one word, shouted not sung, science. She Blinded Me with Science wasn't just a song, it was an experiment. Equal parts genius, absurdity, and synth wizardry, Thomas Dolby built a track that sounded like it came straight out of a lab, if the lab had a disco ball. Layered with aerobic voices, eccentric samples, and a beat that somehow kept it all together, the song was quirky and brilliant, and unforgettable. It became a huge hit in the United States, fueled by a music video that played like Mad Science Theater. Dolby, already a respected producer, became a reluctant pop star, but he never tried to recreate the formula, and maybe that was the point. She Blinded Me with Science stands alone. One hit, one strange, glorious moment, and even now, decades later, it still zaps your brain like it did the first time. A true one-hit wonder with a lab coat and a synthesizer. These songs may have come from artists who only struck gold once, but what a strike it was. New Wave thrived on experimentation, fashion meets feeling, irony wrapped in emotion, and sometimes one song was all it took to leave a permanent mark. Which one-hit wonder did we miss? Drop it in the comments. We know you've got a favorite. And hey, if you dig this kind of stuff, hit subscribe. There's a lot more forgotten brilliance where this came from. Let's keep the synth party going.